blood, no see-through. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite shit. Nike crossbody, got a piece in. Gotta dance, but it's really on some street shit. I'ma show you how to get it. It go right foot up, left foot slide, left foot up, right foot slide. Basically, I'm saying either way, we bout to slide. Hey, can't let this one slide. Don't you wanna dance?
Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Georgina, and today I'm filming a first car tour. So before I get into the video, I thought I'd let you in on a couple of things, like where I got the car from, when I passed, and just some things like that. So I passed, I think it was back in April. It was actually, I know the date, it was the 16th of April 2019. Yeah, so I've officially been driving for a year. Well, I've officially passed for a year. So I got this car at the start of October 2019, and sorry, there's just a girl riding past on a bike. So I got the car October last year, and it's from Evans House. It's only had one owner, and it's a Volkswagen Polo. I think it's a modder, actually, Volkswagen Polo modder. But yeah, it's only had one owner, which was good, and I think it was 60,000 miles on the clock, which wasn't too bad. So when it came down to choosing the car, I definitely knew I wanted a Polo, because I've driven my friend's Polo and absolutely loved it, and it had loads of space inside, because I didn't want too much of a small car, because obviously I'm not a small person, so I needed all the leg room that I could get, and this one's perfect. I do have to have the seat all the way back and the steering wheel all the way up, just so that my legs can fit in, but it's the perfect first car for me. So the car is a 13 plate, so it's not too old and it's not brand new, it's in between. But for my first car, I just thought, like, this is perfect. I don't need to get a brand new one. So like I said earlier, I got the car from Volkswagen Polo. It was the most stressful day ever. It took, I think we was in there from like, I think it was like 11:30, and we didn't actually leave the forecourt until like 6:30 at night. So, and obviously I didn't want to be driving back that late. I went with my mum and my uncle just to finalise all the papers. We ended up having so many problems there. When we was filling in the forms, we had to go back to get my, I think it was a passport, and also some documents with proof of my address. So we had to go back and everything, which just prolonged the whole thing. So, but I managed to get the keys on the day, and then so we went up in my mum's car, and then my uncle drove back with me, because obviously he didn't want me driving back on my own, because it's my first time and everything, and getting used to the car. Sorry, there's just a woman walking past. But yeah, so driving back on my, well, not on my own, with my uncle, it was an experience to say the least, because obviously I passed back in April, so I hadn't driven or anything. I only test drove a couple of cars, and so getting into this car, I had test driven it once, I think. So coming back, driving with my uncle, it was just, oh my god. So he counted how many times I stalled from the actual dealers back home, and I stalled 19 times. Once was on a roundabout, and I just couldn't, he was telling me that I was getting the bike fine, I just wasn't giving it enough power, and I just kept stalling constantly, and we didn't have any L plates on either, so other cars were just beeping at me and getting mad. But like, my uncle's like, just stay calm. He's like, you need to do it yourself, because obviously I'm going to be driving on my own. And eventually I just got used to the car and like getting the bite and everything. So yeah, it was a very nervous experience, but to actually get the keys and drive my own car back home was just like the best feeling ever. So guys, I just wanted to quickly add, I've double checked and it's not a modder, it's actually a Volkswagen Polo match. Can't believe I got that wrong, but yeah, I've just double checked and it's a match. So here's my car. The wheels are 16 inches and so the alloys, I got brand new tyres and alloys when I got the car from Evans House Shaw. So as you can see, I'm just opening the boot. The boot is actually quite spacious. I just keep my files on the side, just in case I ever need it. It's just my documents for the car. I also keep de-icer in the back, and there's just a random TK Maxx bag. And then I also have my pee pads in the back that my friend Holly gave me. She came to the rescue because obviously you heard the story about me stalling 19 times, so I needed to get some pee plates ASAP. I just wanted to quickly add, it is a 1.4 engine. It didn't make my insurance go like skyrocket. It was exactly the same quote that I got for a 1.2. So here is the inside of my car. The interior is just really a grayscale. It runs across all of the Polos, which is the same model as mine. So just ignore how dirty the seats are, guys. I am getting the car cleaned very soon after lockdown. But yeah, also ignore how dry my hands are. Obviously because of Corona, I'm constantly hand sanitizing my hands, so just ignore that. But yeah, I've got an aux cable in there just because as it's not a brand new model, it doesn't have Bluetooth. But that works fine for me. I just have a separate connector for my iPhone. In the glove compartment, I just have some more de-icer, also some spray that my friend Raman from work got me as a new car treat because we couldn't find any air fresheners. So yeah, and I just have a sponge in there to clean my windows, and also more documents for the vehicle. And then I also have another sponge which is a demister, I think. So here's my steering wheel. You'll see me just turning on the engine and you'll see the lights appear at the top there. And then the media in, that's just when my aux cable is connected to my phone, that comes on every time I start the car. And then here's just the hot and cold air con, and all the other different functions. Now I'm not sure what this section is actually called. I know one's a speedometer, but the middle section I can choose what I want to see, and at the moment I've just got it on how much petrol I've got left until I need to refill. Now this actually came with the car. It's kind of like a Bluetooth device so that I can talk and drive at the same time, but obviously I've got my aux cable so I don't really use it. I was told that it was a sat nav, but I've tried setting it up and it's clearly not that. I don't think I mentioned that it's a two-door car, so if anybody needs to get in the back, it either has to be from my side or the passenger side, but like I said before, there is a lot of space in the back. So everything's electric, so I've got electric windows, and on my side I can control the passengers' windows as well as mine. So guys, that is the end of my first car tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.
Black leather glove, no see-through. Buckles on the jacket, it's elite shit.